We now return to Reckoning of New York. Alright, night 7. Not much left in the game, probably. In spite of last night's paralysis, the second my eyes open, my mind's already made up. I'm just wired to follow my gut, to be driven by impulses, the good, the bad, the totally random. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm jumping into the fray. I called it. I'm backing Reynard, not because I'm still hung up on him, or because it's some noble pipe dream he has for our clan. No, I'm in it purely for the thrill of the new. It's pretty much a death wish, but screw it. It comes with the Ravnos territory. Who the hell is knocking on my RV? Ali, you in there? Get out here fast. Oh, it's just my kind host. What choice do I have but to oblige? Otto, what's going on? Look, Gully, I'm really sorry, but you need to leave. Now. Did I mess up or something? He looks all twisted up, like he's been on high alert since last night. No, you didn't. It's just some serious shit hit the fan and I only just found out. Staying here ain't safe for you. Is it that bad? It's a goddamn disaster. I would grill him for more, but his disaster isn't my circus. Or isn't my circus, not anymore. I've got other places to be. Give me 5 and I'm out of your hair. Thanks, it's for the best, really. Hit me up in a few months, yeah? Once everything's cooled down? Doubtful. I'm basically an outcast now, and I wasn't planning on a return trip either. This place is a magnet for bullshit. You see, that's too bad, really. But in case you change your mind, we'll see. Stay safe, Mato. He gives me a frantic nod, his mind obviously racing someplace else. What the hell are the Anarchs up to? Yeah, whatever, I'm out. First things first, I'm going to drive my baby back to that isolated parking spot from before. I don't think the Camarilla is going to be that interested in getting my RV again, so she should be safe there. Next, a rendezvous with Reynard and his endless drivel. I hope he's at least cooked up a plan that doesn't require my final death. I'm going to do everything I can to get that vial, and then we'll see just how good I really am at surfing through sheer fucking chaos. Called it. Game so on rails it's not going to let me do anything else. I've awakened with my mind made up. I'm going all out with that insane plan. I'm going to make history. The Burning Man. Reynard's a ruthless con man, willing to lie, cheat, and kill to get his hands on Zapathasura's blood, but, as insane as it sounds, there's something undeniably thrilling about being part of the heist to end all heists. I can't deny I unlive for the thrill. I am a daredevil, after all. Feel we're being browbeaten into that so that we make certain decisions. I also don't think those decisions are going to matter. I think the story is pretty much just going to hand me one solution. I show up early. Way too early. I tell myself it's just my usual routine, checking the perimeter to make sure there aren't any red flags. A lot of red lanterns, though. Old habits die hard, I guess. I'm on the prowl, eyes peeled for any sign of a trap, or anyone looking for trouble. I scour the place for our secret messages, desperate for something that yells, "Kali, babe, this one's for you." Then I grab the best hiding spot I can, slip into the shadows, and settle in to wait. And wait. Wait. God damn it, where is he? I pace restlessly while the infamous clock of Tribeca Tower mocks my naivety. Minutes turn to hours, and I start feeling like a complete moron, waiting for he who never shows. Deja vu slaps me in the face, hard. Same shit, different night. Well, maybe the gritty Manhattan backdrop adds some flavor to the bitterness. Hardly a week's gone by, and here I am, repeating my mistakes, except now I'm willingly blindfolded, fully aware of the shitstorm I'm marching into. Damn, I'm too wired to think straight. Why the hell would Reynard ditch me, especially when he's the one who asked for my help? Unless he played me again, which would make me the Queen of Fools. Makes no sense, though. No fucking sense at all. After another half hour of fuming, I start walking around randomly, hoping to bump into him just through sheer luck. Turns out I should have bailed earlier, because the asshole did leave a hint, after all. My search was just half-assed. He tweaked some old hobo signs, mixing in just enough of our code to make it barely noticeable. Must have been a rush job, or I would have spotted it way sooner. The sign that usually means free medical help now reads, "This is a decoy, head this way." It's pointing toward Times Square. God, there's something about this whole situation, something I've missed so much. It's not the sign itself, it's the person behind it, the familiarity in those messed-up strokes, the sense that it was meant just for me. I loathe the thought, but it wraps me up completely in the twisted sense of home, my clan's perverse idea of belonging. Memory of Reynard. Focus on the damn job, you're a pro. Rule your emotions. They don't rule you. Remember that, kid. I snap out of it, give myself a couple of good, refreshing slaps, and shove that yearning, the ache that brings nothing but ruin, back into the furthest corners of my mind. Reynard's own damned advice finally clicked, so at least there's that. I head for the subway without a second thought. Got a direction and just a sliver of time to brace myself for whatever's down the road. Wow, a very, very brief scene for that background. I find him waiting in an alley a couple of blocks away from Carnegie Hall. He's strutting around with that smug grin of his, showing off his perfect teeth. It's a miracle his loud overcoat doesn't drown out the New Year's Eve celebrations. My sire, the king of bullshit, just as infuriatingly memorable as ever. Seems they chose the spot carefully. It's shockingly quiet here. Whatever's planned, it's clear they want to keep any uproar around the convoy to a controlled minimum. Everything feels so mundane aside from the distant sounds of revelry and the view of the Times Square ball. The moment Reynard senses me nearby, he turns around and gives me an aggravatingly casual salute, signaling for me to come over. Knew you wouldn't let me down, kid. Sure you did. I spot 3 other kindred with him, all dressed in black and gray, radiating this weird aura that seems to pull the shadows closer to them. Oh, it's Blade again. Evening, ma'am. Mr. Castle? The trio fans out on Reynard's signal, scoping up the street. I stand my ground, arms crossed, ready to vent my irritation when he comes over. You don't know Tharmas? I'm honestly baffled you haven't bumped into him yet. That guy's all over the shop. Tharmas? What is he, the Greek god of assholery or something? Nah, it's just his alias. Smells like something from a Blake poem. He's all about that esoteric horse shit. I let the silence hang for a while, trying to figure him out, but he's more of a closed book than ever. So all these guys, they're Vritra's crew? He pauses, mulling over his answer. Some of them, yeah. I drop my voice to a whisper. Clued in, can we trust them? Not exactly a confidence boost. I mean, why would we say, can we trust him? Like, we're betraying them, right? That's the whole point. Are they clued in? Like, they wouldn't be here otherwise, right? Doesn't really boost my confidence. Yeah, be more cryptic, would you? His gaze sharpens, annoyance flickering across his face. Doesn't happen often, but I've seen it before. Getting cold feet, Callie? It's all or nothing with me, you know that. Either you get fully on board and trust my lead, or we're done here. Give him a hard look. I just don't think these guys can actually pull it off. They'll manage, plus they're La Sombra. And that means shit in general, but tonight they're providing the digital offense. Any kind of modern tech goes haywire around them. Makes us nearly invisible to smartphone cameras. It's either incredibly risky or downright brilliant, and Reynard is rarely off the mark. Still not clear on what I'm supposed to be doing. He locks eyes with me for the first time since we met up last night. Gone is any hint of the warmth I remember, replaced entirely by purpose. Chilling, undiluted purpose. It scares the undead shit out of me. I need you to be yourself, Kali, that cunning, sharp-tongued performer I embraced under the glare of that burning effigy. You've got this, trust me. I wouldn't bet against you. Better be a damn good bet. His grin, phony as a $3 bill, somehow eases the tension. We just sit there for a while, soaking in the moment, a rare thing for our clan. Part of me aches to trust him. Damn, he's making it incredibly tempting. It'd be so easy, so soothing to let down my walls and shove all my skepticism aside. It would hurt a lot less. But I can't let myself go there, not with everything that's gone down. I've got to stay sharp, keep my defenses up, always on alert. Especially against him. I guess convoy details? Got any intel on the convoy? Number of vehicles, level of security, that kind of thing? Based on what I've gathered, they're rolling with just one lightly armored van, unmarked, to stay under the radar. Expect the driver and their right-hand man up front, with a backup car or two to follow, all trained for combat. He cuts himself off and quickly rises to his feet. You'll have to figure out the rest as we go. Shit's about to go down. Just then, I catch a signal from one of the La Sombras. The convoy is about to approach. Journal? Oops. Suspicious stranger who has a name now. I don't know why that didn't get God, I wish that was more specific when it said something was updated. Come, let's give those folks the show of a lifetime. Slipping back into my old self feels like putting on a worn-out pair of jeans, familiar and comforting, but you know all the places they pinch. So even as I'm chafing, I pretend everything's the same, like we're just two old pals, him teaching, me learning. There's still some twisted respect there, I admit, but I'm not blinded by his bullshit anymore. This is the only way I can pull this off. That's my secret to keeping a poker face, even when I'm drowning in this sea of lies. Perhaps to truly discover myself, I had to vanish into the chaos first, but now I see clearly. I'm Kali, a Ravnos through and through. I'm my own damn self, not some puppet on strings. Let's fucking do this. On the still awkward street, backward street. By the time I get back to Reynard, he's already in full swing, working the fast-growing crowd. Ladies, gentlemen, if I may have your undivided attention for just a moment. Yes, you too, big guy. I need you all to be a part of this. Without you, there's no magic. He pauses for dramatic effect, casting his gaze around, and somehow everyone immediately turns toward him, fixated on his captivating gestures. The actual fuck, Reynard. Thought we were aiming for low-key. Hang tight, kid. Let the maestro do his work. He weaves through the crowd, pulling in the stragglers with his charm and dazzling them with quick-fingered tricks. I catch sight of a few smartphones coming out, but two of our La Sombra crew are on it, sticking close to ensure all recordings end up a grainy mess. Tonight, we're diving headfirst into the unknown, an expedition of wonder. You with me? As a resounding hell yeah. I keep my own lips sealed. To the fine folks gathered in this crazy, beautiful jungle, tonight you're the keymasters to the secrets of the universe. But I gotta ask, are your minds open? Are you prepared to question everything you've ever believed? Crowd's lapping this shit up. What are we doing? What crowd? I thought... The crowd of who? Just the crowd of revelers? Or vampires? Who the fuck are we talking to? We're just puppets to the rules, the laws of physics, moral codes, you name it. And let's not forget ordinances, the chains of our so-called society. I bet you know exactly what I mean. Especially you, sir. Yes, you in the cashmere vest. You look like you've got at least a couple of unfair parking tickets to your name, am I right? The joke's lame as hell, but the crowd laughs anyway. But what if we said, fuck the rules tonight? What if I showed you the truth, so wild it breaks every damn law, and paves the path to true freedom? In a second, my beautiful assistant and I are going to blow your minds with something that's been years in the making. It ain't a simple trick. It challenges what we accept as reality. So one more time, are you with me? The crowd's buzzing, which gives me a moment to jab Reynard in the side. Jesus, Reynard, this was your master plan, working the crowd? Come on, don't be such a Debbie Downer. You'll love this. You're the headliner, after all. Huh? Our spectacle. It's your call. Lost your goddamn mind. We've rocked this shit before, Kali, loads of times. It's going to be legendary, trust me. I won't trust him, thank you very much, but even though I act pissed, I'm secretly buzzing with excitement. I know exactly the kind of magic we're going to work tonight. Oh, okay, well I have one choice, and it's my biggest, apparently. It requires 3. Interesting. So I wouldn't have been able to pull off any of this stuff if I hadn't put it in 3. If I'd tried to spread them out, I would have failed. Which makes me wonder if there's actually one that requires 5, because it can go up to 5. Well, entrancement, passion is the true magic. We're hitting them with a 1-2-2. That's our shorthand for the trick's complexity and style we're about to pull off. It's his brainchild, so he gets the message right away. Passion, huh? Sure about that? I'm tweaking the formula on the go, just watch. He nods and hypes up the crowd even more. Ladies and gentlemen, believer or skeptic, this act is going to rock the very core of your being. Feel the pulse of the earth, the rhythm of the stars, the heartbeat of the human spirit. Tonight we're going to show you the power of true magic, the hex most ancient. The most powerful enchantment of all, raw, unadulterated passion. He sets the stage on fire with his intro. I'm already ablaze. Why, Raven. Yes, AD, they're here. I didn't know he had an accent. I jerk my head toward him. That dumbass from Vritra's gang is pointing at some plain van rolling up, shadowed by a dark sedan, both jammed up thanks to our street act. Reynard spots them and smirks like he's just won the lottery. Good to go, kid? Yeah, let's fucking do this. Knock their socks off. Make sure you grab everyone's attention. I nod, stepping forward with my killer smile, arms raised and drawing attention as I drop into a graceful bow. Ladies and gentlemen, and anyone in between, I dare you to raise your heads and meet the gaze of Aphrodite, the gaze of Ishtar and Freya, the gaze of the goddess of love. Stuck as I am in this dramatic mood, I remain wide awake and alert, ready to react and prey upon an unsuspecting bystander. Where are you, my Adonis? Come, my Hedon? Come meet me under the pale sky. I feel like a dumbass, wiggling around like a snake trying to be seductive. But it doesn't matter. All I need is one victim, witting or not. My eyes flick toward a sudden movement at the edge of the crowd, someone swiftly closing in. The crowd doesn't part insomuch as it spits out a policeman, feathers all ruffled, spewing some bullshit at Reynard about us not having a permit, ordering us to stop, threatening us with arrest. Perfect. Looks like we have our brave volunteer. Come to the stage, my good sir, and let yourself be swept off your feet. The crowd erupts into a cheer, the policeman's face growing as red as a tomato. I can't help but chuckle. Reynard may have many vices and few merits, but he does have an exceptional eye for victims. I dance a few steps toward the policeman until we're nose to nose and toe to toe and flash him a killer smile, channeling all of my allure onto him. I feel bigger, stronger, more consequential than I've ever been. He can't tear his eyes away from me, and my voice hits him like Cupid's arrow, right in the ear. Come on, big guy, show me what you got. His face slackens for a moment before lighting up, getting all soft and completely, absolutely fucking delusional, eyes blinded by passion and lust. I didn't expect him to devolve so quickly into what he must have thought was a mating dance, but the Rubicon has been crossed, so I stand there amid the frenzied crowd, watching the policeman rapidly shedding his clothes to the rhythm of the song playing in the background. I have no idea how falling for me got translated in his brain to an awkward, albeit enthusiastic striptease, but oh well, as long as it works. The crowd cheers and jeers, egging the man until he has nothing left to give. When he's captured all the attention, I spin on my heels, slipping out of his sight, out of everyone's sight. From the corner of my eye, I catch the policeman snapping back to reality, frantically gathering his clothes as he makes a hasty exit. Reynard shoots me a nod of quiet acknowledgement and seemingly segues into his next act. Only then does the tension slam into me like a truck, nearly sending me to my knees. It worked. It fucking worked. I sigh, a pointless reflex, but it somehow resets my inner balance, even as this nagging unease, this dread of screwing up, continues to slither up my spine. I clench my jaw and stand my ground, locked in, fully alert. Reynard's got the crowd worked up past the point of no return, the La Sombra trio scanning every corner, watching the SAD's vans like hawks. That van, so plain and unnoticed, carries a vial of vitae so ancient it challenges all logic. Do those agents even know the significance of their cargo? SAD, Special Affairs Division, a rare breed of mortals with insight into our hidden world, spearheading the crusade against all evil. Feels like some messed up fairy tale, but hey, I used to say the same shit about vampires, didn't I? The agents step out, the driver leading the way, shotguns at the ready, their gazes laser-focused on the mob. They're beyond pissed. The driver attempts to disperse the crowd, screaming his lungs out, but it's like shouting into a black hole. They're stuck deep in their own heads, thanks to Reynard's manipulation. Can't you see? We've just started, and here they are, breathing down our necks, trying to control us, trying to fucking chain you up. Are you really going to let that happen? Are you going to let them rip your freedom away just like that? As if on cue, the crowd starts booing the convoy's guards, who are totally lost, trying to make sense of the chaos. In the midst of it all, the La Sombra trio moves into place, smoother than shadows. I'm on edge, jittery, waiting for my moment. So what are we waiting for, people? Let's tear them a new one. With Reynard's words lighting the fuse, the crowd explodes into fury, closing in on the guards, who are frantically trying not to pull any triggers. The other two agents in the sedan are completely overrun, trapped by the seething mob. Reynard gives me a signal and melts into the crowd, beelining to the van. Weaving through the crowd, I make my way toward the driver, gently pushing bystanders aside with finesse and resolve. It doesn't take long before I spot a promising-looking key swinging from his belt. I edge closer, focused and driven, though the exhilaration almost betrays me. My hand barely shakes with excitement as I grasp the key, but the agent senses the slight tug and instantly turns, our eyes meeting in a silent standoff. I may as well just keep using my stuff. I'm nobody. Don't sweat it, you got bigger problems, buddy. The agent, strangely sane, given what just happened, nods and turns to fend off the increasingly aggressive crowd. I make a swift exit, not sticking around to see how it all plays out. I head to the van. With the key in hand, I could just snatch that vial and run, but a firm grip on my shoulder stops me. Nicely done, kid. Now hand over the key. His gaze is chilling, void of warmth. Let go of me. We're running out of goddamn time. Look at the crowd. You wound them up way too much. I know. Give me the key. I'll get the vial as fast as I can. Before I can even snap back, he's already darting towards the van. My hand is suddenly empty. I try to give chase, but the throng of people swells and effectively blocks my path. The nagging unease slithers up my spine yet again. Feels like a damn century, but finally Reynard struts out of the van holding a wrapped-up bundle close to his chest like it's the Cullinan diamond. I'm unfamiliar with that one. I'm waving like a maniac, trying to get his attention, but he straight up ignores me. I yell and try to break through the wall of noise, and just when I'm about to... A shotgun blast tears through the din, a deafening silence in its wake. Panic fractures the crowd. The SAD agents finally comprehend the clusterfuck, but it's too late. Tharmas and his psycho La Sombra crew rip into them, removing any chance of retaliation. That is gonna affect the Masquerade a bit, don't you think? It's pure anarchy. Then Tharmas, that crazy bastard, turns on Reynard with a snarl. The other La Sombras pounce on the other agents who have just managed to stumble out of their sedan. And me? I'm just standing there, paralyzed, completely fucking useless. Amid this mayhem, the Times Square ball illuminates the night with vibrant colors as it nears the end of its descent. It's weirdly gorgeous, the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. My voice falters. Well, this draws attention to me. Reynard. He was everything. My maker, my mentor, my shield, the supreme overlord of bullshit. But now, when he looks at me, there's nothing there. I don't know who this person is. Maybe the Reynard I thought I knew was never real to begin with. Don't. Reynard, don't. His gaze jumps from the vial he's clutching to Tharmas, then to me, and then he's gone, dashing towards Central Park, just fucking off and leaving me stranded. Again. I finally shoved my way out of the crowd, barely noticing Tharmas and one of the other La Sombra goons in pursuit of Reynard. But I'm not really focused on them. No, it's because the last La Sombra is coming at me, eyes screaming, "I'm gonna fuck you up," against the backdrop of the bloodied SAD sedan. Is this the kindred equivalent of staring down the barrel? I fight back as hard as I can, but he's just too strong. He slams me to the ground, his eyes burning with a wild frenzy, hungry for my final death. I close my eyes, steeling myself for what comes next. It's close, I can sense it. My reckoning. And then, pain, excruciating pain, like a blade carving through my cheekbone, burrowing toward my brain. But the oblivion doesn't come. Instead, the heavy weight of a motionless corpse pins me down, oddly comforting, like a big, warm, chunky blanket on the winter night. My eyes snap open. The La Sombra thug, his head a gory mess, rolls off me in slow motion. Guess the same bullet that obliterated his skull must have kissed my cheek, too. The sidewalk next to me erupts with a deafening blast. I'm up and running before I can think twice, not even glancing back because it's clear the SAD isn't fucking around. They've got snipers ready to pick me off. The crowd's thinning, but there are enough people left for me to slip away. I'm heading straight for Central Park. And with every step, wrath grows within me like a tidal wave, stronger and more vicious than ever. It was a very awkward segment. I feel like I skipped something there in between. Like, just suddenly we're having a little side quest. Like, I didn't understand that. Like, they could have used a little more exposition that we were setting up some kind of street act to get the crowd to... And how does that work? How did they not just, like, back up? The van and sedan just got stuck. It just needs a little bit more descriptions to make that the theater of the mind. Anyway, when the sounds finally reach me, the outcome of the pursuit is obvious. Reynard's on the losing side. The only breaks in the sickening rhythm of soft, fleshy impacts are his agonized groans. I edge closer, stepping from shadow to shadow, careful not to land myself in a similar shitty scenario. When I finally see him, holy fuck. Reynard looks like hell, legs broken, nose caved in. The smug grin of his has been wiped away clean. A few dark stains show where the damage got too severe, his vitae, now still, painting the dimly lit pavement. And then there's Tharmas, flaunting the prize that Reynard was so desperate to get, now firmly in his grasp, mockingly dangled just out of my sire's reach. Carefully unwraps the cause of all this ruin, holding it up to catch the moonlight. the relic of my lineage, essence without form. Zapathusura's blood. Still not sure how to say that. All that chaos over this little thing? Seriously, Castle, your pathetic bloodline doesn't justify such defiance. Honestly, it's hard to argue with that. The blood looks mundane, just slightly darker and thicker than the regular stuff. But there's more to it, an elusive, intangible allure, something hypnotic, as if it's whispering to me. Give it to me. Give the... Another sickening sound, another bone gone wrong. This time his arm, twisted like a corkscrew. The wound could heal quickly, but gods, he's a wreck. I feel nothing. Absolutely nothing. Tharmas quickly stuffs the bundle back into his jacket and signals his La Sombra goon to keep an eye on Reynard. Then he grabs the machete, the same one Reynard magically whipped out against him not too long ago. When did that happen? The thought of diving in to save my sire barely tickles my brain, then disappears before I can even consciously squash it. Time to wrap things up, eh, Castle? Go fuck your... Ah! Even in the faint moonlight, I see his teeth scatter through the air and disappear into the fluffy snow. You know, Vritra wanted me to officially thank you for all your efforts before putting an end to your sorry ass, thank you for all your efforts before putting an end to your sorry ass, but yeah, fuck that, we're short on time. Reynard manages a laugh, although it sounds strange, wheezy. Surprisingly, it doesn't feel like a laughter of resignation. So damn funny. Suddenly, a massive Doberman launches straight at Tharmas, knocking him down toward me. The dog snaps Tharmas's neck with a vicious bite that's nearly surgical, and his head rolls gently away from his body. I'm pretty sure Tharmas saw me before being decapitated, just didn't have the chance to rat me out to his buddy. Reynard's machete falls close by. I pick it up, almost unconsciously. It's nice to feel something tangible in my hand. It reminds me that what I'm seeing is real. The ever-present New Year's Eve lights glint off of its blade. The music from Times Square amps up, drowning out all the sounds in the world. Reynard's poor, loyal mutt doesn't make it. The other La Sombra goon finishes it off with a swift, lethal strike, and the dog's departure is marked by a soft, regretful whimper. Shame. I had more affection for that dog than its master. The goon makes a move for Tharmas's corpse, going for the vial. I don't even blink, don't pause to think. I just let loose with the machete, pouring every ounce of strength into one strike. His head hits the ground with a thud, his body crumpling right after. Can't feel my legs. Reynard catches my eye, but keeps his mouth shut. Whether he's physically unable or just doesn't want to speak, I don't know. It's not like I give a damn. I grab the bundle and peel it open. Holding the vial up to the moonlight, it looks underwhelming. How could such a simple thing spark so much madness? But this aura it gives off, power, potential, risk, lineage, the threat of eternal demise. This could brighten the future or spell the doom of my entire clan. Kali. Fuck. His voice barely cuts through the buzzing in my ears. The numbness has spread from my legs. I can barely move my fingers. Even my eyelids feel frozen. Kali, hand it over, please. I've never felt less like myself. Just a sip, goddammit. I'll be up and running in no time. I've never felt more like myself, either. No. Kali, things could go back to how they were. Together, we could do so much more. Reach heights. Shut the fuck up, Reynard. Just shut up for once. And he does. For once, he actually listens. I finally see you for who you are, and I'm just tired of your bullshit. I'm done letting you spew any more of it. You ungrateful cunt. You owe me. Brought this on yourself? I mean, that's true. But, I owe you nothing. You've earned every bit of this yourself, and now... A distant radio crackle and the sound of footsteps signal that the SAD has picked up my scent. Now, you deal with the fallout. I slip the vial into my belt bag and start to walk. Start to walk, not run. Feeling returns to my body, like it's made of lead, but I can move again. Don't you walk away from me, kid. I made you. I keep walking. I don't dare look back. I can't bear to. Kali! I break into a full sprint. I just can't. I need to get out of here. I get swept up by the crowd again. Oh God. My instincts are screaming in overdrive as a wildfire of pure, raw, unadulterated panic threatens to explode inside my head. 6, and it hits me. The familiarity of this crowd, its rhythms, pulsing, moving as one, buzzing from every conceivable high, pulsating with anticipation, desire, ecstasy. This crowd is where I belong. 5. I literally came into the world this way. My mom gave birth to me in the middle of a desert rave, in a goddamn public pool. All my firsts happened in the heart of such a crowd. First deception, first puff of weed, first psychedelic journey, first true intimacy, first shady deal. It was in a crowd like this that I was embraced. Or? Hell, Reynard, why in the... He had a knack for making everything seem within reach, for making me believe that this unlife of ours meant something. That I meant something. Was I nothing more than a tool in your hands? Did any truth ever escape your lips, or was it all lies? 3. I let the sea of bodies carry me, transform me, merging into the totality of sensations, a singular, overwhelming experience. Just like that, I'm back to myself. No more SAD tales to worry about. If they were ever really onto me, I'm sure they got distracted by the decoy I dropped in Central Park. I feel like shit. But for the past week, pretty much everyone's been treating me like shit. Some have been at it way longer, just dressed up as care. Pedrick. 2. It's only now that I catch sight of the Times Square ball hanging right above me. The countdown's on, almost midnight. Welcoming 2025, the year brimming with potential. Yeah, about that. The year for change. And what about you, my dear phony caitiff? Will you change too, or will you remain obsessed with the belief that the answers lie somewhere beyond? That all you need is patience and diligence, and you'll be led to them in the end, like a lost sheep. I truly hope you find your way back to reality. Maybe. Maybe then I'll track you down. You'll be all stiff and awkward, and I'll hassle you till your eyes roll from their sockets. Together, we'll work it all out. Let's go! Happy New Year, my ass. I finally break free from the crowd. Quick scan of the area shows no immediate threats, no SAD, no hunters, no damn ivory tower in sight. Good. I'm done with this city. Oh shit, like how much more is there? Plan worked, more or less, certainly not as Reynard imagined, but finally saw who he really is. And man, blind for far too long. Good riddance, you fuck. I've got the vial now, and no clue what to do with it except bail on this goddamn city. Something tells me there's going to be a little bit more. So I think we'll just end this one here, and I'll see you next time.